What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kyle Sommers, your licensed bro therapist, your YouTube source to how to live your best life. And this is my third installment of how the food affects our mental health. And you should go back and watch the other two if you haven't already. They're great viewing. And this video, I'm gonna give you about 5 to 6 minutes when I kind of wrap everything up and try to instill some motivation into you to wanting to at least get started and then going down that path. And if you don't have 5 to 6 minutes to devote to this video and you're struggling with what you're eating and or you're struggling with your mental health, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta slow your ass down. I'll put one of those little info cards up here where you can listen to me yap on about mindfulness and the benefits of it because you need to slow down. So one of the first things you got to recognize is that there's a lot of smart people in this world that are using their knowledge of psychology and human behavior against you to screw you. If somewhere today on any of your social media sites you see anything that says that they've unlocked a secret to losing fat, you just need to conclude that they're full of shit and they're trying to screw you over and all they want is your money. And advertisements and marketing are very good at knowing what's going to tempt you into making that purchase. And a lot of it stems from instant gratification. We don't want to spend 4, 5, 6 years, a decade even, to get healthy. We want that shit now. Well, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. This right here, this is a meal prep. This is a bottle of water. Those are two great starts to being healthier and stop eating like shit. The second video I did, I talked about sugar, and again, it should not be a surprise to you. And I talked a little bit about the blood sugar and all those different things that go into that. Sugar is super addicting, y'all. Sugar is right up there with cocaine and other extreme addictions that can really just cause a number of issues in people's lives. And it really alters the chemistry in your brain. When you are going through something, there's a reason why it's called comfort food. It comforts us. Because when you eat something that's really high in sugar, it's going to flood your brain with dopamine that's going to give you that feeling of excitement. And you do that over a period of time, you're teaching your brain, that's how I deal with stress. That's how I deal with my problems as I eat. And your brain says, okay, I got it. The next time you're going through a stressful event, your brain's going to say, hey, you remember that time that we had that chocolate cake and everything felt okay? Yeah, do that again. And you're gonna be like, I have this strong urge to eat chocolate cake when I'm stressed. I don't know why. Well, because you've been doing it and your brain's just feeding you back what it's used to, and you want that dopamine. Dopamine feels good, and your brain is wanting that dopamine for you. So you got to recognize that it's going to feel uncomfortable when you decide to stop the habit of something that's that addicting. Because if you're going through something, there is no easy way of dealing with it. Every day, day in and day out, I'm here at my office, shout out to Sommers Counseling, and I'm helping people work through their problems in a slow, methodical way. Now, there's some issues that can be resolved fairly quickly, but for the most part, you're dealing with things that have taken years, decades even to develop, and it takes time to unravel those things, to understand them, and to make new meaning about them. None of that shit easy. None of it is easy. And you got to understand that your reliance on comfort food is just a way at escaping from what's really going on. So go to counseling. That right there is, I work with a lot of people that struggle with what they eat, and almost every time they understand that that is just their go-to coping skill. They just don't have other ways of coping in a healthy manner. Another thing, stop making excuses. Again, it's like, oh, okay, I'll just stop making excuses. It's that easy. How about if you can catch yourself making an excuse, hop down and do a push-up. If you were honest with yourself and you did one push-up for every time you made an excuse, you'd probably be in better shape just because of that. If you did nothing else and you just did 10 to 20 push-ups a day because you're just making excuses, you'd be in better shape. You got to connect what it is that you actually want. If you want to be healthy, you got to ask yourself, what am I doing in my life day to day if I'm healthier? You got to create a vision for you that actually matters. Because if you're just saying, I just want to get healthy for the hell of it, you probably won't. If you want to get healthy so that way you can reduce the cost of medicine that you spend every month, what would you do with that extra money? If you want to get healthy so that way you can watch your grandchildren grow up, what would you do in your grandchildren's life? If you want to be healthy in order to run triathlons, you want to be the first winner of X race at this age, and that's what you want to do, you got to connect it to a vision that's actually going to matter, because motivation is short-lived. It's going to get you through that 5-day juice cleanse, but after that, motivation is gone. You got to connect it to a vision, something that's going to help you maintain that day-to-day responsibility of upholding what it is that you want. I'll tell you the truth, for me, I don't get in shape. Two things for me. One, seeing my wife do it and seeing that if she was able to fit in an exercise regimen and eating healthy into her daily schedule, that helped. And two, watching my daughter grow up and seeing how athletic she was, I just wanted to keep up with her. I didn't want to not be able to play with her just because something was hurting or I was just so out of shape that just jogging outside just crippled me. I wanted that, and that's what drives me. That's what drove me, and that's what helped me maintain everything that I've done over the past 5-6 years. So yeah, stop listening to people feed you bullshit. If it even smells like a fad diet, don't do it. Recognize that comfort foods are addicting. Stop just trying to find random dopamine hits. Instant dopamine hits that just flood your brain with dopamine are not good for you, and it's going to cause you to be reliant on them. And if you're just ignoring the underlying issue, you're just hurting yourself. And stop making excuses. It's really that easy, guys. It's not as complicated as we make it out in our head to be. You just go and do it over and over and over and over and over. And that's it, guys. That's my spill on it. I hope you enjoyed this video as well as the other two. Again, I'll put a link somewhere around here, I don't know where, just so that way you can watch it if you're interested. If you did enjoy this content, subscribe. It'd mean the world to me. It would help fight off any future depression for me, just to see that people are receptive to it. And yeah, have yourself a great day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.